Good. Well, we'll get started, and I just want to welcome everybody this morning to our third webinar, all about voting, and we're really excited today. We have some great presenters that are joining us. The first thing I want to do is introduce myself. My name is Teresa Kittredge, and I'm the founder of 100 Rural Women, and just so pleased that everybody could join this morning. And I just want to introduce our webinar crew this morning. So I've been very fortunate to have gotten to work with 5 amazing interns this summer, and I'm not going to let any of them ever leave, so that's a great thing. And I just want to introduce them quick. We have Anne-Marie Hara, Hannah Engel, Jazlyn Smith, Brianna Ohl, and Hannah Lepper. So from Winona State and from St. Olaf. So we're all going to have different roles today, and working to support the webinar. Also, Erica Bayland is going to join us, and she is a board member and she works at Region 5, and she's going to be helping me go through the Q&A. So a little bit about 100 Rural Women. We are an organization, we're a nonprofit, and our mission in life is to build networks and build leadership. So how do we better connect rural women to better support each other and serve in decision-making leadership roles? So we also started this breakfast club because during COVID, everything just seemed to shut down, and of course, funding shut down, everything shut down. So we just thought, how do we forge forward and connect women during this time of isolation and COVID? And we thought, you know what, let's start a breakfast club series. So 2 of our board members, Erica and Rachel, and I sat down and thought, okay, what could we do with these social media my brain, I used to do social media breakfast. So with our breakfast club, and we did our first one around rural economic development, our second around food systems, and this morning we're so excited to talk all about voting. I'm going to turn it over to Erica to talk a little bit about the basics of Zoom.
Sure. I just wanted to, so like Teresa said, for those of you who are just coming on too, we got feedback that everyone wants to see everyone's faces. So that's why we're doing it this way. Please keep yourself on mute while the webinar is going on, just in case you have any background noise or anything like that. The mute button's should be at the bottom left of your computer screen. And then also, be sure, I'm going to be synthesizing questions throughout. So if you have a question, put it in the chat, and I will try to help pick out those questions at the end and ones that are similar to ask our presenters. And also, if you have something that we've been doing is having resources to share on our webpage after the webinar. So if you have anything, you're like, well, someone's speaking, saying, oh, I know something more about that, put the resources in the chat and we'll have those and put those on the website afterward. Yeah, anything else I'm forgetting? I think that's it. So if you have, just keep asking questions throughout if you have them and put them in the chat.
That's great. And Anne-Marie and Jazlyn are going to be populating the chat, and we'll put links in there about our organization, about work that's happening, and about the speakers as they speak. Also, if you want to go into the chat now and tell us, I was going to do this at the very beginning, tell us who you are and where you're from, that would be great as we move through our webinar. So welcome everyone this morning. The first thing we're going to kick off is we're going to take a couple minutes with 2 of our interns, Hannah Lepper and Brianna Ohl, who have been working on Get Out the Vote. And they've built, starting to build a program for us around voting. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Hannah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name is Hannah Lepper, and I'm a junior at St. Olaf College, and I'm currently majoring in political science with a minor in international relations.
And hi, everyone. I'm Brianna. I'm a senior at Winona State, and I'm majoring in communications, and I'm taking their leadership and advocacy course with a minor in conflict studies. And then after this year, I'll be attending law school. So exciting stuff, I know. So Hannah and I are just going to talk a little bit about what we've been doing this summer.
Yeah, so this summer for our internships, we've been working on developing 100 Rural Women's Get Out the Vote and civic engagement resources. So far, we have created resource pages on our website and begun a small informational video series on our social media platforms. We are focusing on making voting by mail more accessible and just seem easier to voters, as well as encouraging young people such as ourselves to become election judges.
Yeah, and we just want to give a huge shout out to obviously Teresa and the rest of the board members and the other awesome interns that we've gotten to work with this summer for giving us the opportunity to kind of just go with the flow and get out to vote where we wanted to take it. It's been a really great opportunity for us to kind of grow some good skills for the future. And we're very proud of what we've gotten to do this summer. So we hope that you will check out our web pages after this webinar.
Wonderful. Thank you, too. And one of the things that I will add in is we are starting a short video series, short video clips, and Brianna has the first one up, and that should be showing up in the chat, a link to our website where that is, and that will be a series of, you know, how to vote by mail and issues around voting by mail and all about voting. So look for that. And then also we've got a couple quick minutes I want to take. Why didn't each one of the interns introduce themselves? Hannah Engel, do you want to go next?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep getting muted. Hi, I'm Hannah Engel. I am going to be a senior at Winona State. I am going into my last semester. I'll be graduating in December, and I'm studying marketing and communications. So, yeah.
Great. Thanks, Hannah. How about you, Jazlyn?
Hi, my name is Jazlyn. I'm a senior this year at Winona State studying individualized studies, and my minor is women, gender, and sexuality studies.
Great. Thank you. How about Anne-Marie? Can you introduce yourself quick before we get started here?
My name's Anne-Marie, going to be a senior at Winona State studying communications and an independent minor. So.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So as you all can see, 100 Real Women has really benefited from these amazing young women that we've gotten to work with this summer. So let's get it started. Let's get this webinar going. So Erica, do you want to do introductions of our speakers?
Sure, yeah, it's exciting to see how many of you in the chat are saying where you're from. We've got a lot of people from all over the state, so that's really cool. I am just going to do a little brief intro to both of our speakers. They both have a lot of experience with elections and specifically working in rural elections. So Jamie Ebert is the Executive Outreach Director and Scheduler for the Minnesota Secretary of State. And she is doing a lot of rural outreach in Minnesota this year. And Patty O'Connor is the elections leader of Blue Earth County in Minnesota and has 39 years of experience working with elections. I was on the elections committee for counties for 10 years and just learned she was part of the 2008 recount as well. So has a lot of experience with all of elections throughout Minnesota. So we're really grateful to have both of them with us. And if you'd like to learn more, I think in the chat we'll be sharing where you can learn more about their bios and more about them as well. And we'll keep learning about what they've done and their experience as well throughout this. So we will start the questions for them right now, I think, right?
I will. And just to echo what Erica said earlier, be sure to put your questions in the chat that you'd like to know